Hi again, we are still in Module 2. We're almost done with the research process. Talking about the research process, you have yet to begin your research process. So to develop this quality hypothesis that we've been talking about the last couple of videos, you need to do what's called a literature review. And a literature review, not surprisingly, reviews and summarizes the literature that's out there, the published studies or work that is in the area or the field that your topic is, that you're interested in. So whatever topic or area that you're interested in, you need to do a thorough review of that literature. A literature review describes the work that's already done. It gives you the big picture of what's out there. It also integrates and pulls all that work together. Ooh, I just realized I didn't have my glasses on. Well, I guess I look older today. Anyway, so it pulls all that together. So now we have not only a big picture of a summary, but we also have how things are tied together and how they are related to each other. So this study might have found one thing, this study might have found something else. How are those studies related to each other? They didn't do the exact same thing. How are they related? And then the next thing for the literature review, basically what you need to do is locate the articles that you need that are in your area. You should identify the relationships between the variables in those studies. Are they positively or negatively correlated? Did they find significant, meaningful, strong correlations? Did they find causal relationships? We should look for inconsistencies in their methodology, maybe problems with the study, maybe things that we don't agree with respect to their methods, and maybe with respect to the way they interpreted their findings. Sometimes, even though the findings might be, and the methods might be objective, interpretation might be a little biased. And if you are careful, you might be able to pick that out and scrutinize that and be skeptical of it. Look for gaps in the literature where people sort of assume that all these things are maybe behave the same way or act the same way or follow the same rules. Maybe there's some variable out there that people have skipped over, assuming that it's just like all the rest of them. That's an example of a gap, something that's missing, basically. And then what you're doing is you're writing your literature review basically to lead up to the next logical study. So at the end, you will propose the next study in the method section. Not this semester, but you will propose the next study by stating your hypothesis at the end, which logically will conclude from your review of literature. So, let me just say quickly, reading research articles is difficult. I know that. I know it's difficult and it's not fun. It definitely takes getting used to. But you will definitely get there. There are two types of articles that you'll come across. Review articles, which review and summarize the literature and the state of what is going on now, and empirical articles. Empirical articles are preferable. They're the ones that you're going to want to go to more often than, say, book chapters or review articles, things that are sort of summarizing the field. While those review articles are nice and they give you a good idea of what's going on out there, they don't give you first-hand evidence. So when you read those articles that have the actual method and the study in the article, then you can be more certain of what they actually did and what they actually found. If you're reading someone else's account of that, they might get it wrong or they might spin it in their own way. So when you come across the articles, you can read every possible article you come across. That's ideal, but focus on the empirical articles for your literature review. Those are going to be the ones that are more important to what you need. And I think that I might not have mentioned this, those are called primary sources. A primary source is where you see firsthand what was done. A secondary source would be like a review article or a chapter in a book that reviews the state of the literature. So it's saying what some primary source actually said. Okay, anything else that I forgot? Okay, so again, the purpose of the literature review is to give you the big picture of the state of the literature. And next time we're going to be talking about APA style, but briefly I'm just going to mention that the introduction section is what starts off your APA style research report. And it's primarily a literature review. So what you're going to be doing in this class is essentially writing the introduction to your research report. that will continue on into the next semester or semesters if you decide to do your study for real. So you will have a literature review that puts all this together and also states your hypothesis and also your rationale. Why, based on all the stuff that you've read, why do you now predict this outcome? It should be logically flowing from everything that you've presented. So basically there's just 3 steps. It sounds really easy. Hopefully it won't scare you too much. First, you just have to select a topic you like, and you have to really, really like it. Maybe even love it. Really want to find out, have this desperate yearning to know the answer to a question. So if it's personally involving, all the better. Something that is personally meaningful to you is better than something that's kind of globally important that isn't interesting. Because if you're not interested in it, then you're going to hate it by the end. So make sure that you find a topic that you really, really love. Next, go out there and find all the articles that you could possibly find about your topic. It has to be related to psychology, but that's really the only limitation. And then basically then write your literature review. That's all there is to it. Doesn't sound too bad, huh? Okay guys, well I will see you in Module 3.